Well, hello to all my heated rivals out there. My name is EJ Marino, and it was only a matter of time before I talked about this hit show. I was saving my overall recap review feelings for episode 6. It's titled The Cottage. I know it was going to be a banger. If you know, you know. But episode 5? This is the one that I feel is truly a game changer. This proves to me that Heated Rivalry Season 1 is one of the best seasons of TV in quite some time. For a show that lacked some major hype going into it, it surely made up for it after those first 2 episodes dropped. It was like almost an instant cultural phenomenon. The gay community was eating it up. The women were eating it up as well. This really had a bit of a moment, and then that hype and that progression kept going forward and kept getting bigger and bigger, to the point where last week, when that tattoo song dropped at the end of the club scene, we were all shook, gagged, and gooped, to the point where all the things she said doubled streaming on Spotify. We are in it deep with this fandom. Like, we are truly head over heels, much like Ilya and Shane are for each other. I absolutely am so happy that this show is having the moment it is. And it feels organic. It feels like truly a group of people really were into a show, and there's some positive word of mouth. That is exactly what you want for a season 1. I can only give this back to maybe that first season of The Flash, Riverdale, or Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Those were shows that kind of had mild hype going into it, but that first season like solidified. It made people go crazy for it. I'm not going to claim any of those seasons of those shows after season 1 that I think all of those first seasons are so good. We won't claim the rest of them, but Heated Rivalry, I think, is in that camp, in that crew of seasons of just amazing television. Each episode has had moments that have left us shocked, that have went viral, that arch, the back dimples, the spit. All of these moments have made us just hooked on this show. But again, it's also not just the sex stuff. It is a very deeply a fun show. I think it's funny. I think the yearning, I think the yaoi quality of this, it is so good. It's like fan fiction brought to life, and not in the negative way you would think that. Episode 5 kicks us off right where we left off. We see that Shane is having relationship issues with Rose. Rose is completely understanding of everything. My goodness, I have never seen a woman walk into the closet all the way deep down there in Narnia and pull a gay out. She said, baby, you are coming out with me. We know this. It's such a good, it's honestly one of my favorite scenes in the book, and I think the show handled it amazingly. Like, just the line of like, oh my God, that's my favorite thing a gay boyfriend has said. When we got the iconic, I'd rather be the hole than the peg, Shane Hollander, the bottom that you are, just go and get your baddies, Shane. Like, you are so amazingly adorable. Yeah, I love the scene, and we instantly get this moment of like, some clarity is happening here. This isn't all bad. Then we get the Florida trip. Ilya is like sniffing it out, like, what's going on here? What's going on here? Once he finds out that Shane is a single man, baby, the Russian golden retriever energy comes out. We get that scene in the pool with him just being like Papa of the Year, and Shane being like, do I want a baby with this man? Like, it is just pure adorableness. And then, we see that goes to the ice. We see that, he's being more playful with Shane. He's being more lively and fun. The texting, the romance is all back. But things shift a bit because we see that Ilya is dealing with some things in the background. In what should have been a hot hookup scene, we see that Shane just confesses himself to Ilya, says, I like you, and we see Ilya put up that wall once again. But Shane says, you know what, that wall's not scaring me. This time, I'm literally going to climb on top of the wall and straddle the wall and make the wall feel comforted. My goodness, what a beautifully romantic scene where he gets on top of him. And I'm like, Shane, don't initiate sex. No, he doesn't. He just holds Ilya. And Ilya, it feels like this is maybe the first time Ilya has felt this way since maybe his mother was alive. It's the first time that Shane has allowed himself to be so vulnerable to comfort somebody, and for Ilya to open up and accept it. The moment, the layers, the feelings. what a great scene. But this also like kind of pushes the Ilya story more, where Ilya's father passes away. He has to rush off to Russia, and that throws off Shane. Shane does not know how to feel, but Shane also knows how to get Ilya to talk about how he feels. The episode is just moving through these iconic moments, and it just takes a wonderful, beautiful pause so we can get the scene where Shane says, I need you to tell me everything you're feeling in Russian. And Ilya just spills his soul. Now, in the book, I have a whole section where we're talking about the book, but the book doesn't give us as many details and as much of Ilya's perspective here. It also doesn't set it to Moonlight Sonata, which is one of the most beautiful songs ever. Oh, this scene is so good, and we just see that Ilya's lighter, that Shane is lighter. It is just adorable, and it just really shifts their whole relationship. We know Ilya knows that Shane does not understand what he says, but I think Shane has an idea. I think Shane understands a bit. Oh, when they end it with, I wish you were here, and I wish I was too. So sweet. But yeah, we kind of just push the story to where Shane and Ilya are playing against each other, and Shane gets injured. This was a heartbreaking moment in the book, and it was great here. But the show also gives a little concussed Shane where he's like, oh, Ilya. Oh, the moment in the hospital, great, iconic, amazing. But yes, this kind of leads Shane to need to heal a little bit. They go play a game, they're out of the playoffs. And oh, who's that in the background? Is that Scott Hunter winning the Stanley Cup or whatever the cup is in this? Cool. Is that Scott Hunter calling his boyfriend Kip down? Oh, is that Scott and Kip kissing each other? The gag, the goop. Oh my goodness. I will confess, I have not read the Game Changer book, but I've read Heated Rivalry and The Long Game twice, so I knew this moment was coming, and I knew it was going to be a big deal, but it is truly a big deal to the point where Ilya says, you know that cottage you invited me to? Baby, I'm coming. He's coming. But I'm going to the cottage. It is such a great moment. The reactions, the whole spectacle of Scott doing this big love gesture in front of everybody. It's the cherry on top of the cake that already has amazing icing, that already has a great moist cake. It's just so damn good. As a fan of the books, I was really nervous of how they were going to handle almost like 100 pages in 55 minutes. They got it almost all there. They did chop out some of the naughtier scenes. There's a Skype call, which we get a small little brief of, but we don't get the full eroticness of it. There's also a pretty important scene on the ice that is removed that I do think was a bit crucial and would have added an extra little layer. That is when Shane gets hurt and Ilya won't go away, and Shane's just like, they can see us. We don't get that line, and I'm curious of the exclusion of that. Why exactly that? Because that was such a key part to the book, but we do get a little bit more in the hospital that feels a bit different than what the book has. Honestly, though, from book to show comparison, this was great. I thought they were going to leave out Ilya in the pool with the kids, but that really does shift the Shane, his ovaries a bit. It really does get him into the idea that Ilya isn't just this kind of scary Russian man. He's a big, goofy, lovable dude, and he is in love with this man, and it's so great. I love it. I also love that Ilya is the one who falls head over heels first, who says I love you first, even if it's in Russian. It was a great part of the book, but it's an even better part in the show. It just feels so warm and homely. It just feels so comforting. I love that. Yes, this part of the book is still erotic, but the show decided to remove that, which probably tells us the cottage is going to be nasty. The stuff that they do on the dock, Lord Jesus, I cannot wait. But yes, I really think it is just a really solid episode, and it adapts the book well, but it adds its own little key elements here and there. It's just a great time. I'm shocked. Usually book adaptations, I read Red, White, and Royal Blue, and they did a pretty good adaptation to the movie format. But this proves to me that a show writer can really take a book and elevate it. Not in a bad way, not to say that the book was weaker, but give it new life. Give it the stuff like all the things she said. Give it the Moonlight Sonata. Give us some good camera angles. Give us some cute puppy dog eyes from our actors, both of them. Oh my god, when Ilya has that tear in that cuddling scene, goodness, what a just a powerful episode of television, and what a great adaptation of a key part of a book. Honestly, I was waiting to talk about Heated Rivalry until next weekend, but I have to say, this is just one of my favorite shows I have seen all year. Easily one of the best episodes of TV, and one of my favorite seasons of TV in a just quite a long time. It is just so refreshing. What do you all think of it? I have not brought this to my channel. This is kind of just a surprise drop after taking a break. I really needed a mental break, and my goodness, this mental break has been filled with Shane and Ilya. So do I need another break after these two gays have ruined my life? Sure, but what do you all think of this, though? Are you having fun with Heated Rivalry? What do you think of this episode? What do you think if you're a book reader? How do they adapt such a key part to the book to a 50-something minute episode? Do you think they handled it well? I want to know all your thoughts down in the comments below. Share your thoughts there. Give me a thumbs up if you do like this video. YouTube takes those way too seriously. And make sure you subscribe to my channel for more videos just like this. We're going to be talking about Heated Rivalry. We'll talk about the cottage. We will talk about the cottage. I cannot avoid that conversation. So if you want more Heated Rivalry discussions, join us back for next week when we talk about the cottage. But share your thoughts down in the comments below, and let's talk about Heated Rivalry right down there.